Okay, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. There was a patch in this game today as of September 5th of 2025. Um, it seemed to fix the starting issues. There was some problems with the game starting, the car starting, sorry. I'm gonna see if I can't show you and read you off the patch notes. Give me a second here. I gotta pull up, library here, and then I gotta get it switched over onto your screen. So give me 1 second. I don't know where my water went. Okay, you guys should see this. So if you go, the game's running, but if you go to the store page, and you go right here, not this one, today, which is this is the 5th. Right here it says, I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't make this any bigger, but it says right here, fix bugs in the engine simulator causing the engine to unexpectedly stop running or not be able to start. So I'm pretty sure the cars that I've been working on, everyone else would have started. They just weren't because there was a bug. Hence is why everyone was getting frustrated, and hence why they shouldn't release something until they know that everything's working. Because a lot of people bought this game for this and it didn't work. Optimize the engine simulator to allow the engine to simulate faster. Fix the bug causing the hoses and tubes in the intro level to be invisible. See, that sometimes I'd walk in and the hoses would be there, and they wouldn't. While they were there, they just couldn't see them or pick them up. Fix the bug in the intro preventing progressing if the jack stands are deployed too early. I didn't have that issue. They allow the cam angle sensor to be rotated in small increments now instead of big, because I was trying to get it in there and it was moving a lot in desktop mode using mouse wheel. It still requires the cast bolt to be completely removed right now. You know how it has an adjustment? So, for fine tuning the timing. Save state of some engine parts to maintain engine timing when saving and loading. Hence, I had that one car that it was out of time. You couldn't fix it. And then fix crashes related to engine simulation, installing and uninstalling parts. So I didn't have that issue either. So most of the stuff seems to be fixed. I went back in, loaded another game, another car. All I had to do was throw a main fuse in and plug the ignition switch in, and it fired right up. So it's probably a lot simpler than it was. It just wasn't working. So I'm gonna go back over to the game. Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show you one other thing. I know somebody was telling me that when they got the game, the only mode they had was the one I was playing, and not the other modes. Well, let me show you how you get in the other modes. So you go back to wrench, you right click, you go to properties. It should show up for you. I don't know why it's not. Is that window not showing up? Okay, I gotta go into my screen capture, and I gotta grab that window. There you go. Yeah, I can't get this OBS to work right by sliding in the transitions. It doesn't work. It screws the whole picture up. So, um, I know it says it skips frames due to rendering, but that's because I got two windows open. You go to betas. It's not that one. This is what you're gonna be on this update that they have right now with the engine starting. That one I was showing you. That's what it's gonna be on. You click on betas. You go to here, and you can go to the original game and play it, where you go in there and you do customer orders, and then you work your way up, or you could start out in a more advanced mode where you get, I think it gives you like $25,000 or $50,000 to start out, but you'd have to know that you've already played the game. Kind of the tutorial kind of teaches you, so you work your way up to be buying cars or buying yourself a couple race cars to start racing to earn trophies. That's basically what the original game's all about. They've pretty much stopped doing that one, and they're working on a newer version because they wanted to change it. If you want to go back into the beta mode where it had it had a sandbox, but it had another mode where nothing was in there. You could actually, I believe nothing was in there. I'm gonna go check right now in this video when we go into beta, but I have to close the game um, to do it. But you go into beta, and it'll give you the original one before this original one that's on right now. Not the original, but this one was released. So that's how you do that. So we're gonna go back into screen capture. I'm gonna redo my window there. You guys should be able to see that now. I'm gonna move my Steam window out of the way. Now you guys can see. So this is what it looked like even when it said beta, but it had a sandbox mode, and then it had another mode that was, this mode was in there that had nothing in it, no car, no nothing, and nothing. I don't think it had a car. I don't remember. And it had nothing in it, no tools, no nothing. And then there was another mode that actually had tools on the bench, but you could don't know if there was a car in there or not. But it does give you the option to buy a whole frame and build it. So I'm gonna so I'll show you right now. I'll go into sandbox. All right, and you can either start in the residential garage, which is the newer place, or the large garage, which was the original game area. You start in the garage, the car's going to be on here on jack stands, and there's going to be nothing else in here. No tools, no nothing. You're going to go in the garage app, and not garage app, the app where you buy parts, and you got to buy all your stuff. This one, if you go in there, it's the same thing. Nothing's in there, but you get the lift. So depending on what you want, you can put the lift in. You could buy it and put it out here, but the problem is there's a car sitting in here, and it almost takes up all the room, so it kind of gets in your way of using the garage. So you just have that parking lot area. Here it's kind of in the way too, but I'll show you this one. See, there's a car here, and it's sandbox, so if you go in there, it will start. But you can go to the catalog app. You go to miscellaneous, and you can, whoops, do not want to do that. Where's it at? You can grab that lift, and it will show up. See, now what you have to do is you have to grab it, and you move it to where you want it. Okay. So see, you want it there. Now you hit, it says R to unlock movement, but it's, see, that's movement. You need R to lock the movement, but you can still grab it, which is weird. So anyways, and what you can do is that's sitting there. It should have a thing on the top or one of those things across the bottom, but whatever, it is what it is, I digress. And then you can go here. You can get all your tools, like everything that was in there. You can get your fluids, your oils, your radio, your tire machine. It says minus 10,000. It's sandbox. You don't need any money. Your oil drain, your benches. You can add 3 or 4 benches. Your buckets, everything that was in there. Your tools. This you can lay down on the floor to have a different type of flooring. You got your impact wrenches, your different sockets, batteries, chargers. You have yet to have that die, but it probably does. Your socket organizers, your meter, and all that stuff. You can go to chassis, and you can get a whole frame, an empty frame, and you can build it, which is what I wanted to do. But there's not that much room here, but it is more open. In the other garage, you kind of feel claustrophobic because you're inside a building. But you can buy this, All right, complete purchase, close, and it put it on the lift for you. It's completely bare. You assembled the whole thing. See, you can do the same thing in the other garage. That would be really cool to do. It'd be a really long time consuming thing because you got to use sockets and stuff. So, with that being said, let me quit out of here. I'm not gonna save it. We'll go into the other garage and show you what it looks like. Use that box. Start game. And you get the lift automatically, you ain't gotta buy it. But there's a car on it, see? So this is a little bit bigger, more room per se to work in compared to that garage and that area, but this guy's in your way. So there's that. It all works too. They need to put away where there's a sandbox where the car spawns and doesn't spawn in case you want to build something. Because this is going to get in the way with all your machines in here. This, and then you could get another lift, but there's no room. There's really no room. I don't know if I can take this thing. I mean, I can't. Well, I guess I can move it. Kind of want to put it outside this. Will it go outside? It does, but it probably won't stay there. Yeah, see, it's just in the way. So, but anyways, this is the original garage, and I plan on finishing doing the original game. I'm gonna do recordings of it. I want to get a race car and I want to fix that, build it, and get a lot of trophies because that one seems to be the one thing that's still kind of something that you can keep doing over and over and over. This one's just kind of showing you they released it to the stable branch to show you what they're working on. It's not complete. You get the car started, and that's the end of it. So people are buying the game for $25 and they're doing that and like, well, I don't have the other modes. Well, I showed you the other modes right there. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump out of here. I'm gonna go out of the game. I'm not gonna save it. Okay, let me get my Steam pulled back up here. Library. I'm gonna put you right there. Okay. I'm going to quit this. You guys could probably still hear me, but the video's still seeing that, but I think it's frozen. Um, it's downloading the legacy version right now because I believe that's what I left it on when I did the beta or when I selected it. Okay, so this is the original game. You're gonna see something in there because I have stuff in there. So now it says Wrench Legacy up there. You hit play. I'm going to get my screen capture to pick that window up. And there it is. Close that. This is the original game. See, this is what it looks like. I have some videos on this. And I'm going to hit resume game. It'll let me. It's not letting me for some reason. Let me just stop it really quick. Hit cancel, go back. Yeah, something's goofed here. Let me just hit stop, confirm. I'm gonna relaunch it. There we go. Don't know why I was clicking the mouse and it wasn't doing anything. So this is the customer car we have. See how this garage looks? We have this table. It's a lot of stuff's different. I went into like not really an expert mode, but I skipped all the tutorial stuff because I've played this game a zillion times. But if you notice, this game is actually really legit. You pick this up, and if you hold the Z out, whoop, that's not it. These buttons, these controls are all different too. But if you look, inspect this V, that pad is worn down. But if you get a new pad, it actually shows you. Whoops, it's even got shims. These are old. Let me see. These are worn down. They actually have thick pad material when it's new, so it actually has real wear. So that's what I like about this game. It's so. But this is I believe this is a custom order that we're supposed to be doing. I don't remember what we're supposed to be doing on it. Let me see. Go to tab to see. This has a lot more in it. Job board. What am I doing? Well, this is I was doing a clutch. I stopped. I pulled it in and I left. But so you do orders, and then what you do is you eventually get to the point where you have your garage, and I purchased a lift, and I can get a second lift, and then this is my race trailer and my storage base for my cars, and this is what you do when you fix them. You put them in your race trailer, and then it takes you out to this track. And the races, like if you have like a race that says, I think there's one in here. Let me show you. There's one in the job board. I can't get to it till I finish this, but it has a time on it, and if it's a race that's like it's in minutes, so say 180, 240 minutes, it's actually 240 minutes. So if you get a race that says in minutes, 8 hours, it's 8 hours of real time. You can literally have the race go in the morning before you go to work, come home, and it would have just finished, literally. But you can speed the race up by like 1,000,000 times and have the race finished within 5 minutes, 8 hours worth. So there's that. But it's actual real clock time. And there's a pit stop if you need to, and you can watch all the races. When we get to that point, I'll show you because I am going to continue finishing this. There's the tire machine, but this is the original game. It's got um, all kinds of stuff. It's got a logbook, um, their roadmap back then, which is old. See, after some internal discussions to give us clarity on what a full version of Wrench looks like, we'd like to share our new direction on completing the game. So this is a whole list of totally changing everything from this one. And then you got there's a manual that you go here. It tells you how to if you don't know how to do something brakes. It tells you your torque chart. This you have to torque stuff. Yeah, how to bleed pads, caliper placement. It tells you what to do in case you don't. It's very helpful. So it does that. And the game guide is like your basic garage maintenance and tools. It kind of shows you how those all work. Um, Inventory, your tool belts. This is my tool belt. See how I was showing you the controls. That was all for the original game. See this right here? This shows that new cars are listed. See, it has cars in here. I have a couple of them saved. See right now that one, I don't like that particular. This one's 27, and you can see the condition and the maintenance quality. I'm trying to find one that's functional. It needs to be functional because I might need to race a really short race with, not everything completely done to get at least money because you get a lot more money doing those than customer orders. A condition that's at least 3. Maintenance quality, it doesn't matter because I can do the maintenance part, but the condition needs to be at least 3 for a good price. And this is too low for that price. And this one is the same, but it's a lower price. And I've saved these. This is the one that just came in. And you can see that's 30, but look at the condition of it. I don't want to spend $30,000 on this chassis. I like this frame first. So if what I was trying to do is I was trying to get something that was around 25 and under with at least 3. If there's one that's like this for this price or around under 30, I might grab it, but it needs to be the full frame. Because then we could start off early with some races. We could just do minor stuff. So, and the parts wear in real time too. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that one. I'm going to get out of here. But you will see me work on this car when I go back to this video. This series. It's on YouTube. This is where I stopped. Put your job board, catalog. The catalog isn't complete like the other one because it doesn't have the same stuff in it, and the catalog unlocks new stuff as you progress in the game. So it's only got 2 pages instead of 100. So, and the trash can's different too. But see, this is your old roadmap. It stopped at 145. The new one's on 161. Roadmap has been updated to reflect future direction of wrench development. They have a V8 engine content sneak peek. They added a V8 cylinder head with several accessory parts that you can do. They can just build heads, but there's no compatibility. There's no blocks. So if you want to play around with the heads, go ahead. But I don't do that because it's kind of useless. But anyways, I think I pretty much... See, logbook. I don't think he'll do it on a customer car. I could sell all my scrap, but I don't have enough to sell just yet. Basically, the stuff that you throw in that trash can, to empty that trash can, you right click and hit scrap all, and it puts it into a scrap pile in the middle of nowhere. You don't have access to it except through here. And when it gets to a certain amount, you can click on this and you can sell that scrap, which is basically your used parts. Basically, you're just taking it to a recycler or a junkyard and they're paying you for the material that's worth money. So, yep, I gotta finish this before I can show you the rest of it, but you'll see it when I get back into this one. So let me get out of here. I'm gonna close this. I'm not gonna save it because I didn't do anything in here. Quit, no save, yes. I'm gonna quit this. Now I'm gonna go into the beta. So let me get the beta. Let me get the beta. Downloading, and I'll be right back. Sorry, we're back. I didn't have my mic muted. What the hell I was doing? I'll end up cutting that part out and just bumping it up to where I started talking. Anyways, jeez, man, I don't pay attention to anything I'm doing. So I guess the beta version is the stable release. Like it says stable, but if you click on beta, it goes to the stable release, even though it says beta on my thing. So that particular version's gone. So there's only 2 modes. Sorry about that, guys. I thought there were still 3 because I saw one that said beta, none, which is the stable release, and then the legacy. So I thought there was 3 modes. Apparently the beta's it's the same right here, the game intro, because I just loaded into it. And what the funny thing is, when I switch from beta to stable, it actually downloads. It re-downloads like it's a different file, but it's like it's the same game. So I don't know. But here, you can load a game, and my saves are still there. So it's the same. I wonder why that one moved up. It says 9/6 of 25. File date. That's not my save date. This was 8/24. And that was 8/13. No, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's the same. So there's 2 modes. So there's this one. You get the car started. You can play around with that car. You can like I did for a second, I took those wheels and tires off. I got a tire machine and I put better looking wheels and tires on the car. The car's not going anywhere. It just sits there. You can't take it anywhere. Can't do anything with it. You can strip it all the way down if you want. Put it back together. You can put the rest of the parts on, like the one that I had that I got running. The one that was in the video that I posted. And when I was done, I stayed in the game and I swapped the alternator out because I noticed that it wasn't charging. I put the alternator in, took the old one out. It says it was worn. The new one said it was new, but it still wasn't charging. So I just stopped. I was like, "There's really nothing to do here until they finish the rest." I'll put the game mode in, which is gonna be a while. It took them a long time to get to this point. So again, if you want to do the sandbox, you can. You can put the newer lift outside and do it because it's gonna spawn that car in the garage. Like I said, there's no room unless you want to put all your tables outside. it's a little bit smaller, or you can use the garage, the older garage, the bigger garage it says, um, to do it. That one car is gonna be in the way. I guess you could just shove it into a corner if it lets you, um, and just leave it there. I'm gonna try to contact the devs on Discord and ask them if there's a way that in the sandbox mode, if there could be an option where if we want to do a sandbox that car doesn't spawn in there, or if we can remove it so that we can put a lift or something to have more room to work with the lift and build a chassis up from scratch. Because you saw me, I showed you can do that. You can buy all those parts and you can put them all in the car and just build it, but you can't do anything with it. So that's the state of where that this newer part of the game is. If you want something consistent where you can play and do stuff and race cars, and then as your races are done, your car wears out, your parts in your cars wear out, so you change the parts out as you're racing them to get the trophies and stuff. You can do that too on the legacy version, which is the one I prefer right now because right here, unless you want to build something from scratch, that's where we're at with it. So um, yeah, there's really nothing else to say about it. That's the state of rents right now. So yeah, guys. I'm gonna post this video as a what this game's about type video. It's not gonna be a gameplay on YouTube, and y'all let me know what you guys think and think about it, and if there's something you'd like to see me do, you can because I'm gonna continue my main game no matter what. But if there's something that you want to see me do differently, like maybe build a chassis or mess around with that other car or just whatever, let me know. And depending on what I get back and forth, I'll think about which way I want to go, what I'm going to do. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love all you guys' comments. You've helped me out on some of them too. So I appreciate it. So I'll see you next one. Peace out.